Welcome to Forum. Joining me today is Tawana Warner with the Women's Resource Center. She is the sexual assault and stalking victim advocate. Thank you for being here today.
Thank you for having me.
So tell me just a little background on the Women's Resource Center and how you initially got involved.
Well, I initially answered an ad in the paper, and it took a little while because the director was out, and I was very impatient. So I really did keep on calling because I wanted this job. Plus, my background is in criminal justice, so I love all the entities that are working with WRC and all the agencies. But a little background about Women's Resource Center: we serve domestic violence, sexual assault, child abuse, stalking victims. We also have a 36-bed emergency shelter that we house victims. We do not house men, but we are able to find them shelter, place them in shelter, and then find them somewhere else to house them at where they do house them in. We do like crisis intervention. We do outreach programs. We also go out into the communities, into the schools, do presentations. We help victims with filling out domestic violence petitions, personal safety orders. We go to court with them. We also assist them with going to the hospital, which is my job, where I work with sexual assault victims.
Okay.
I go into the hospital, and I'm in there in the exam room when they do the kit. So I'm actually in their special victims unit.
Okay.
So that's how I describe to my kids. So yeah, that's some of my background with what I do and some of what WRC is about. And we also do fundraising. We're out in the community. We're just all over. You never know where you see us at. But yeah.
Well, that's awesome and so interesting. And tell me about, we're going into February this week already. I can't believe.
I know, I can't believe either. Do you have a sweetheart?
I don't.
Do you have a dog?
Not yet. I need a dog.
Yes, you do.
I think I do.
Yes, yes.
Well, tell me about Dating Violence Awareness Month.
Yes, it is coming up. And I mean, to me, dating violence is every month. Like, I just don't look at it as like just February. We deal with that every day in our lives. I mean, they may not report it, or you may not hear it, but like the teachers are dealing with it every day in the schools. The bus drivers go on our way to bus. I mean, like yesterday I was on the church bus with my kids, and I heard somebody say something, bad about something that's towards dating violence. And but yeah, it's coming up. I mean, we want the community to know about Dating Violence Awareness Month that's coming up, which, we want you guys to call us, contact us, ask us questions about it, get involved, because, it's out there, and, it's getting, it's on a rise, it's increasing, and our officers are dealing more with it, and we are as well. The advocates in our office as well are dealing with it.
And how important is it for people out there who may be watching who haven't reached out for help to know that they have the support from resources like you guys just in the community?
I think it's very important due to the fact that our children are so young when they're dealing with this, and they don't know how to deal with it. So they're acting out in other ways as well. So the sooner that we can help them, the better that we can, come up with a solution. Not just for us too, because we learn from our kids. And this as far as like with our cell phones. Sometimes you gotta ask the kids, like, how do you do this? Or
right.
Can you help me figure this out? And they're like, okay, da, 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 da. But they're the ones that are dealing with it, and we have no clue. So I think that if we are able to reach them sooner and earlier, we can help them deal with that problem.
Yeah, and speaking of cell phones, technology can be an amazing thing, but also a scary negative where parents may not even have an idea.
Very scary.
Do you have any just stories of a specific experience dealing with technology playing a major role?
Yes, I have a bunch of, I know a couple of stories, but we are dealing with a couple of cases now here in Fayette County with just teens sending nude pictures, sexting. And they are taking the cell phones. It is in the law now where they are able to press charges. So, also you got to think of the age gap too. You do not want your son or daughter about to go to college and, they may have like a 15-year-old girl that sent them a picture. That's considered child porn. So your child or your son may be getting ready to go off to college, and now they may have to register as a sex offender. So, that's something that you have to deal with. Also, the parents can be charged as well because they own the cell phone. It's on their mom and dad's contract. So we're dealing with that. And then, I mean, our goal is to try to, before all that happens, we want to compensate the phones, look how bad the pictures are, and maybe try to get the students help before they try to press charges. And I mean, it depends on the kids' ages, and help them out before we go to that extent of we're going to press charges on you, and this is going to affect your life. So what we're trying to do is teach kids that it is very important not to take these pictures, and not to send pictures of yourself. I mean, and also, you're thinking if you're posting these pictures, your employer could get these later on. Like Facebook is out there. People are looking at Facebook. And also, you have your pedophiles that are looking at that. You have all kinds of things. It's just scary. Like, I'm just scared to death. Like,
Very
I'm scared
scary.
with my animals.
Uh-huh.
So, yeah. But even with my kids, I'm just terrified. But you have to teach them. It's all about educating. Like, with my child, she's 12, and I know I really don't want her having a phone. But I work, with my job, I work, and she's involved in sports, and, she has to stay after school sometimes. And we FaceTime a lot because I'm one of those moms, let me see where you're at. So I want to
smart.
see the environment, I want to see the background. Let me see your school logo and all this. But, and then also when she gets home, I want to see my house. I want to make sure you're at home. But also, I have her phone where it cuts off before she goes to bed. Like, I do all the parentals on it.
That's
so
really,
there's certain
really
sites
good.
you can't get on. There's certain things. So yeah, there's all kinds of things that you can do with your phone to protect your children with.
Yeah, and it's so important. Parents, check that out. Definitely those parental settings.
Yes.
And does the Resource Center have a good relationship with the school system? Because I'm sure just, like you said, educating and teaching them how important and what the repercussions can be.
We do have a good report in a relationship with them. And I mean, we're getting to know the faculty, but it's turnover. And you know how people are moving and leaving because of jobs, loss of jobs and everything. But we do try to go in every year, introduce ourselves, go in and speak. And if we do have a student that is having problems, like I'll give them my card and I'll go up there and say, hey, I'm Tawana Warner. I work at the Women's Resource Center. If you have any problems or if you need anything, give us a call. We have no problem coming up because we know how busy you guys are. And we can, and I know like Oak Hill, I've been able to go in and talk to the student.
Okay.
And yeah, they'll give me a space, and they give us our privacy, and they let me talk to the student. So I mean, they're very helpful. Fayetteville, I've been in several times. So we work together. So I mean, yeah, we have a relationship, and I also go to the community meetings that they have, so that they know that we're there and we can talk too. So they refer these people to us. That's just a part of getting out there, and then them wanting to speak to us. So that's the thing too.
Just keeping the conversation open and constantly communicating. Speaking of the community, have you seen a really nice feedback and support from them as well?
Yes, I do. A lot of the meetings like that, we go to the FRA meeting every month. We try to. It depends on our schedule. And I mean, we all support each other. Like, that's the only way we're going to be able to get through this, is we have to support each other. And it makes our job so much easier whenever you know that person in their face, and they can pick up the phone and say, hey, Tawana, I need some help. I got somebody I'm going to send you. And I mean, and that's how we work. I mean, it's like we're a team.
Yeah.
So I mean, that's how we are. And I tell people, like, also, like, I don't live in Fayette County. I come from a rural area, but it also has its advantages of working in a rural area too, because you have that connection that you can work together. So yeah.
And what are some of the other, I know you mentioned a few experiences teens are dealing with, but just some of the more violent experiences you've been
I mean, we've also had to
noticing.
deal with stalking with teenagers. I mean, even in middle school.
Wow.
I mean, yeah. It's like to the point of like the parents have had to get a protective order. So I mean, we were dealing with that at a young age too. Most people think, it's older, boyfriend, girlfriend, or mom and dad, or going through a divorce. But no, it's teenagers too, that they've had to get protective orders against.
And what are, I guess, some of the steps you take? Maybe someone watching who is dealing with that right now but hasn't reached out yet. If they come in the door to the Resource Center, what can they expect?
Well, I mean, you don't just have to come in the door either. You can call, because our services are free and confidential. So you can call us and we can explain to you everything that those steps are. And then we can meet you where you need to be met at. And we can tell you like about how the protective order is, what steps need to be taken. Also, the most important thing is keeping your child safe. Because sometimes telling or, fear of saying anything, they're scared that they're going to, retaliation. or something may happen, or
Right.
being ganged up on. So that is our most concern too. So we want to make sure we keep that child safe when we're doing all of this. That's our main first concern. And then we'll go and do the rest of the steps. So it just depends on the situation, where they're at, and then we'll meet those goals from there.
And how can the parents and community help out?
I mean, from here on, I mean, start talking to your child. I mean, find out what's going on. I mean, you know your child better than anybody. You know when something's wrong. I mean, I know when my child has a hangnail. I mean, it's just like, Mom,
Mother's intuition.
I can't paint my fingernail. But I mean, seriously, I mean, you know your child. And I'm an old school mom. We sit down and we eat dinner together.
I was going to say, have that family conversation.
Yeah. And in my house, I mean, people may think my kids don't have TV in their rooms. So they we go to bed, there's no TV. And I was raised like that. So, I mean, it's just you have those times and periods where you have to set those limitations of no means no. We're not going to do this. You got to have quiet time. You have to separate your time from the internet, from all of this that's going on, and give yourself a break from all of that. And then you can find out and dig through and sort and see what's going on with your child.
Right.
Because you have to have that.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And as simple as, like you said, sitting down, having some dinner, you'll just get those motherly vibes and know if something
And
just seems a
even
little
dads.
off. And dads, yeah.
Because I know, like with my dad, we used to always throw, we'd always throw flour on him sometimes. I mean, it's funny, and he'd laugh, or sometimes he accidentally dropped the egg, and we thought that was funny. But I mean, like that's family memories, and that's going to go a long ways with that child, knowing that I can come and talk to my mom and dad, and
Right.
and I'm safe and comfortable, rather than I'm going to find somebody on the internet, or I'm going to find somebody that I really can't trust, and then they're going to go to school and tell all my business, and then that's going to start. Then that's whenever the dating violence, and I can't trust the boyfriend, or he's going to pressure me into doing something if I'm trying to break up with him because I know her secrets, or I know his secrets. Or, you may have a teenager that's trying to come out of, being gay or lesbian now. And that's another issue, too. So, I mean, you got all those pressures going on nowadays.
Right. Just to have that comfort and trust level.
Yeah.
And know you can go to the people that are right in your home.
And even if it's just one person, grandma, whoever.
Anyone.
Just have someone. Yeah.
And I know you mentioned people don't actually have to come in the door. They can call. What are some of the ways they can contact you for more information?
Yeah, well, we have our, my phone number at my office is 304-574-3980. And then also we have a website too that they can contact, and all of our information is on there. And they can refer them to my number. And we have 4 counties that our area covers, so they can get them to whoever they need to get to. That won't be a problem. So yeah, we'll get them help. They won't be left out. I promise that. Yeah, we take care of all of our clients.
Perfect.
Some of them we take care of, and they don't want to leave. But yeah, we love them, and I mean, and sometimes we end up later on they come back and they volunteer. I mean, we have those that we need volunteers. So I mean, you never know what that leads to.
Exactly, just being able to mentor someone else and build that comfort for them, so they know you've gone through it and they can see hope and know that they have a success story to look at.
And we also have support groups, which we don't have one for teens yet, but we do have a counselor that we're supposed to be hiring. So hopefully that person will be on our staff soon. So that will be great. We're all excited about that.
Well, we're going to take a quick break. Is there anything you would like to share that we didn't touch on?
No, there's nothing I'd like to share, but I would like to, thank everybody that does support us and continues to help us and continue, because we can't do this job without you guys and all their support, donations, their love. I mean, it really helps us out to know that we have your support out there.
Well, thank you so much.
Thank you.
And be sure to stay tuned. We'll be right back. And I'm back with Dee Sizemore from the Women's Resource Group. She is the Fundraising Development Coordinator. Thank you for being here this morning.
Well, thank you for having us. We always appreciate being able to be here and have this avenue to talk. So
Of
it's great,
course.
yeah.
And I know you have a ton of fundraising events coming up. First is the Fur Ball in
Yes.
February.
We are with the Raleigh County Humane Society and Hospice of Southern West Virginia. So we're also a benefiting agency in the Fur Ball, and that's on the 18th of February at the Raleigh County Convention Center. So you can get tickets either from the Humane Society or from the Convention Center, from their website. So we're really lucky, and people always, I get to do the fun part. I'm the
the nice
party
events,
planner, kind of, yeah. So that's the fun part of getting the word out there about Women's Resource Center, because a lot of times when you can, the issues that we deal with are not fun, and they're not pretty. So sometimes when you can put a fun spin or have a fun event and just raise awareness that way, it works out great. So for us, whenever we do a fundraising event, we try to be able to raise awareness at the same time. So the events that we're involved with are not just a fundraising event. It's an opportunity to tell people, raise awareness about the issues that we work with, our agency works with. So, that's great. The Fur Ball, we've done events in the past with hospice and the Humane Society. Animal abuse and domestic abuse go hand in hand. And then in March, as one of our biggest fundraising events, it will be the 4th annual Hunks and Heels.
Oh,
So it's a great event, and it involves the community. It's men taking a really unique stand against violence against women.
So important.
Right, and it's kind of modeled after Walk a Mile in Her Shoes, which are events that are done nationally and internationally. So this is just kind of our spin on it, and we do that event with newspapers and education, so there's a lot of promotion as far as print for that event. But I'd like to tell you a little bit about the guys that are involved this year. That is one of
Sounds so interesting.
It is, and the guys really, and what I tell the guys when they step up and do this, it's very important, and it puts them out in the public view. And we, in the process of signing these guys on, or anybody that gets involved in any of our fundraising events, we give them awareness about what we do and how they can help someone else. So like Tawana was talking about earlier, community is very important to us, and we can't be everywhere. So, we have a 24-hour hotline, we have that website, we have Facebook, other social media, and we're there, but sometimes people will reach out to a family member or a friend or even an employer when they're in a situation, rather than calling the hotline, and we equip those people with tools that they can help somebody else. So that's really important to us.
Yeah.
And so the guys that are involved this year, every year that we do this, the guys are awesome, and it's so neat to meet them and the women that are in their lives, and to see the positive effect, and how just thrilled that the women are that their guys are doing this. I mean, it's really great.
Just being so supportive.
Exactly. We like to say if we were going to end violence against women, we would have done it 30 years ago. So our director says that all the time. If women were going to end violence against women, we would have ended it a long time ago. So having men take this stand and, reach out and talk about how it's not right and it's not appropriate, and it's, in a lot of instances, it's a crime. So, but I want to introduce our guys.
Yes.
So, Bill Lewis, he is with State Farm in Beckley.
Okay.
Noah Shrewsbury owns Noah's Construction and Remodeling. Marty Hellman-Dollar is a fitness instructor with A Place to Heal in Sophia. Colton Davis is with Hyundai of Beckley. Curry Wooldridge is a salesman with Central Printing. John Fernald is a pediatrician. Luke Begovich is with the United Brotherhood of Carpenters. David Jones is with the Helicopter Rescue Air Evac. Bobby Palmer is chief of Bradley Fire Department. He's also the assistant fire marshal. Brandon Thompson is a business owner, Tudor's Biscuit World. Joe Bears with Clayton Homes. Kelvin Pinnell is a elementary basketball coach and at Mapscott Elementary. Alan Robinson is with Jan Care, so he's a first responder. Elliot Butcher is in business with Pasquale's. Stan Selden is with Selden Law Offices, so he's a lawyer. Jason Lockhart is with a production company, Kid in the Background. He's also a wonderful entertainer. Joey Petrello with WVNS. And then Mason Hanna, who works with Nationwide Insurance here in Beckley. So what's really cool about this event is that each one of these guys represent a different business, a different part of the community. So it's people from all different walks of life joining forces to raise awareness.
Right.
So
I was going to say, that is so awesome. They
Yeah.
really do cover every background, every
Right.
career path,
Right.
and just setting that example in their mini community.
Right. And they're fundraising, which is a key part of this event, and any event we do, is fundraising because it's important. But they're having little small fundraisers. Jason Lockhart and Joe Petrello did one with other entertainers at Melodies this past weekend. They're doing painting classes, they're doing exercise.
Oh, fun.
So it's really neat all the different ways that they are doing little small events leading up to the main event is March the 10th.
Okay.
So tickets will go on sale to the public February the 6th. They're $40 a piece, and you can get, our website is wrcwv.org. You can go to that website, and we have an event on our Facebook page, so stay up to date on everything that's going on. So we're really excited. It's a big event for us.
That is, and
Yeah.
it's great that you are able to jumpstart it early, where they can spread the word at
Right.
their businesses,
Right.
in their neighborhoods, and
Right.
then just gather that many more people,
Right.
so that they know it is a major issue
Exactly.
right here at home.
Yeah, right. And we are educating these guys on the most important information you can give somebody is our 24-hour hotline, our website information, and to let them know that we're there. And we're there for them. Reach out and make a phone call 24 hours a day.
Perfect.
Yeah.
Yes. And do we have more events coming?
Oh, we do. We have
a lot?
Yeah, everything. So March the 10th, like I said, is Hunks and Heels. And, Tawana was talking about the kids.
Mm-hmm.
And we have done events in the past for smaller kids, but we've never really done anything for that tween to early 20 age group. So in April, we're really excited. It's going to be Beckley's first pop culture convention.
Oh,
So
cool.
KazaCon is coming April 28th through the 30th at the Convention Center in Beckley. So we're really excited about that, being able to reach that target age group and be able to raise a little bit. They're having fun. They're going to be able to cosplay, and they're going to be able to video game, tabletop gaming, and something that they're having fun doing as a group with their constituents, their same age. And we're going to be able to come in and do a few panels on body positivity and dating violence and consent and bullying. Our advocates go into schools and do presentations on all of those things. And bullying is, it's huge.
It is.
So, we're able to go into the schools and do that, and into the community and clubs and organizations and do that. But now we're going to be able to bring those topics into a forum where these kids are, coming and enjoying themselves and with each other. So something that's popular with them. So I'm really excited about that. I have learned so much because I'm not into that kind of stuff. My son really is. But it's given me something to do with him too. He's part of the planning process, so that's really neat. But we have a teen group from Woodrow Wilson that has been part of the planning.
Okay.
And so to be able to bring them into the planning process and to see what they like to do and hear what they would like to see. So
Right. So you can make sure it's going to be fun, right up their alley.
exactly.
So they're comfortable already.
Right.
And then you can easily, discuss those topics that are just
Right.
so important
Yeah, definitely.
in a nice, relaxed atmosphere.
Right.
And for the going into spring and summer, which I know with this weather today,
Right.
or this whole week.
I know. On May the 8th, we'll be doing Celebrity Night, which is done at local eateries. WROY is always a part of that. And this event's been going on for over 30 years. The past 10 or 15, we've done it in conjunction with the United Way, but this year it'll be solely for Women's Resource Center fundraiser. And before it was always done in Raleigh County, and so this year we're going to branch out into some of our other counties, definitely Fayetteville, because the food.
Yes.
Yeah.
Can't go wrong.
Exactly. So that'll be May 8th, so stay tuned to our, like our Facebook page and check out our website, and you can see all these events that we have coming up. And then in July, we are also with Hospice of Southern West Virginia and the Raleigh County Humane Society with the Friends of Colorado Fair. So we're one of the benefiting agencies of that event. And they just announced that Aaron Tippin is going to be one of the main entertainers. So how exciting is that?
Oh.
Yeah, so that's really, we have so many different things going on and appealing to different people. And the Friends of Cole Auto Fair is a great family event. You know, you have the carnival stuff going on, and the concerts, and the vendors, and it's kind of like a mini fair. And I mean, it's great. It's a great event. So, and then in August we always do a girls' night out, so it's a ladies only event. So we're working on plans for that. So we'll definitely come back and talk about that a little bit more.
Definitely.
In the future. So we've, you know, like I said, we've got a lot going on. Hunks and, you know, Furball. Great Valentine's. It's February the 18th, Saturday after Valentine's Day. So great opportunity to celebrate Valentine's Day there.
Exactly.
Or just come out with your friends and know that you're, you know, supporting 3 different organizations. Great thing. Hunks and Heels, that's a great girls' night out.
Yes.
So come out with your girls, because I mean, the guys do a like mock variety show. Pageant. I mean,
That's fun.
Yeah, and it is. It's fun. I mean, it's a great night. You know, we feed you, and you get to watch. These guys are great. They're entertaining. So, Kim Fry and Paula Shrewsbury are our production coordinators for that, and they do a fabulous job. Fabulous job. So, come out and, you know, support the guys and support, you know, the work that we're doing, and then definitely CausaCon in April. So, I mean, we just got so much.
So much.
Yeah, I know.
And I love how they're so different. Like
Right.
you said, they appeal to different
Right.
age groups.
Well, you have to do that, because, like
So that
Tawana
you
was saying, yeah,
cover everybody.
right. We're dealing with issues that are facing even the smallest kids, to elder abuse that's affecting the oldest of our population. And in order to truly combat those issues in our community, we have to be everywhere. We have to be everywhere, and people have to know who we are and what we do, and that we're there to lend them that support in whatever way we can, whether it is with crisis shelter or whether it's somebody to just talk to on the other end of the telephone. You know, we're there to give that support.
Be that safe place.
Exactly. To tell you how to safely exit a situation. You know, because everybody wants to say, when somebody's involved in a violent relationship, why don't they just leave? You know, that's the first thing they want to say. Well, sometimes it's not that easy,
Right.
and it's not safe sometimes. So we safety plan with people on the phone. Not everybody needs crisis shelter, but they need somebody to be with them at the hospital, to go to court with them, to help them fill out for a protective order, and just to educate them on what is available to them in the community. So we're coordinating with other agencies, DHHR, the prosecutor's office, law enforcement, and with all these other agencies to be able to help somebody go from a violent situation to not.
And it takes a village.
Exactly. So we're working with the youngest to the oldest, but that's what we're there for, to combat those. We work with bullying, we work with dating violence, domestic violence, sexual assault, stalking. So we're out there dealing with all those issues, and a lot of times they cross over, and people are dealing with more than one of those issues at a time. So, you know, it's important that our advocates were licensed to do what we do. Our advocates are educated about the issues. Yeah.
Well, that's wonderful, and thank you so much for joining us today.
Thank you.
I'm so glad you're able to share all this information.
Yeah,
with
me
everyone
too. This is a
watching.
great forum to do it in.
Yes,
So.
perfect. And thank you all for watching. Be sure to stay tuned.